Oh my god. Oh my god, he's here. My good god, he's here. The Nintendo Direct. Also, it's kind of started right now, but ignore that. I was setting all this up. Ignore that fact. I was setting all this shiz up. Look, Nintendo branding. On point, I might add. Also, yeah, got some stuff. I do need to. Hang on a moment. I'm still trying to set this up in the background. I was going to use this page, but then I realised I can't edit this here. I was going to say we could use this page, but, well, I don't have a webcam plugged in, so it's kind of useless. So it's kind of useless. We'll use this page, and then I will just... I'll have to display capture it right now. I'll have to display capture it for now. I don't know how else to do it. And I hope that YouTube doesn't take 4.5 business days to load. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why. Nintendo of America. Now, also what we're going to do after is we're going to look at the... Also, what we're going to do after is we're going to look at the Frontier Direct from yesterday afterward. But first of all... Nintendo Direct partner are showcasing. I was like, why is Twitch saying on Planet Coaster? I changed that over. Would you mind fixing that, Annie? Would you mind fixing that, Annie, and putting, special events, please? Thank you. Oh, it was playing. I didn't think it was. If you could just update that, I'd appreciate it. Did I do a bingo card? No, and I'll tell you why. I didn't do a bingo card because it's not a normal direct. As you can see here, it says partner showcase. Well, little Alicia seems to have gone live, and she's saying just down 26 news day. So maybe other stuff's going to turn up. I don't know. But yeah, for a partner showcase, it's kind of like... It's not Nintendo, is it? It's something that isn't Nintendo. Can I skip something? Oh god, I can't. Ah. I'm just sitting here waiting.
Peggy 18.
Skip. Yeah, I realised that one. I was just sitting waiting on nothing. let's get right into it. Straight off the bat with Switch 2 content. I guess you kind of would expect that. Scarilla, Capcom presents.
Is proving fatal. The encroachment threatens to drive our people out of house and home. But this divide has brought our two kingdoms to the brink of war.
And you are the sole Rathalos rider in Azuria.
My people have been driven into a corner, and the point of no return is looming before us.
We can't afford not to go. Ratha! But it won't be for long.
I can hear them. Two sounds. Overlapping each other.
I'll turn that down because it is a bit loud.
Hello everyone! Welcome to today's Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase.
Metroid Prime. Metroid release date. No, you won't get that.
Focusing on games from our publishing and development partners.
You won't get that because it's a partner showcase.
Monster Hunter Stories 3: Twisted Reflection, launching on Nintendo Switch 2 next year. We hope you're looking forward to another grand adventure in the Monster Hunter universe.
No, I could never really get into Monster Hunter. No idea why, I just couldn't.
Today, we'll present games coming to Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch.
Okay, both.
Before a game is shown, you'll see the logo of the console the game will launch on here.
Fair enough, good to know.
If both logos are shown, the game will launch on both platforms.
Okay.
Okay, first up, let's take a look at some upcoming Nintendo Switch games.
Upcoming Nintendo Switch games. Here we go.
Let the good times roll.
Oh, it's a Switch game.
By Royal Decree, a brand new game in the Katamari Damacy series is rolling onto Nintendo Switch. Roll your
Excuse
Katamari
me?
to historic eras like Edo Japan and more. It's
What?
a hopping trip through the ages to restore the universe for the king of all cosmos. Use helpful items to roll your Katamari like royalty and customize the prince and cousins looks to your liking. In addition, roll out with friends in online multiplayer.
What the heck?
Katamari and earn the most points to be crowned the winner. Plus, the iconic music is back with an all-new soundtrack.
We're bringing
featuring
this
new
back?
and returning music artists from the series history. Get ready to rock and roll, roll, roll through the ages when Once Upon a Katamari launches on Nintendo Switch October 24th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
Okay. So it's a Switch 1 exclusive.
The dance floor is calling.
Oh, good. Just Dance's here. Oh, Delicia's lost her shit. Oh, see, it's just like, wah! Screeching her brains off. Houdini by Hung Up Madonna. All Star by Smash Mouth. Wait, that's not in Just Dance already? Candy Stars by One Republic. One Republic. My god. Team up a new co-op party mode. Huh? Putain.
Next up, are games heading to Nintendo Switch 2, including some games that will also be available on Nintendo Switch.
October. Oh, there you go.
Battle Beyond the Limit.
Dragon Ball.
Charge up and unleash your fighting spirit in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, the latest in the Arena Battler series. Enter the fray with over 180
The Twitch app keeps not responding.
in episode battle mode. Relive
I
iconic
don't know how to
Dragon
fix
Ball
that one,
stories
girl.
From the perspectives of 8 characters, including Goku.
Because if it's just a Twitch app, then that's not me. That's Twitch themselves.
Or follow your own path and redefine history.
That's Twitch
with
themselves,
alternate
not how to
versions
fix
of
that
those
problem.
encounters. In custom battle mode, you choose the fighters, stages, and dialogue.
Like if you said,
to
"Oh, the
create
stream's
your own
lagging,"
scenarios.
I could fix that.
Then share them online with players around the world. Plus,
But when you just
now
straight
can
up say,
duke it out with motion controls using the Joy-Con 2
Twitch
or
app
Joy-Con
is just lagging,
controllers.
I
Immerse
can't
yourself
fix
in the
that.
characters and
Like, that's not
unleash
like, you know,
powerful attacks.
I cannot fix a Twitch app from crashing. That's a Twitch issue, and Twitch needs to fix that.
Get ready to shake the earth and break the heavens when Dragon Ball Sparking Zero launches on Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch November 14th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
Yes, plus, let me pre-order. I will play anything Dragon Ball.
Get back to your roots.
I will play anything Dragon Ball. Plants vs. Zombies. On something that's not a phone. But also not full 3D, maybe? Plants vs. Zombies. HD, lads. Plants vs. Zombies replanted.
The club is yours.
Yeah, I've seen there, yeah. This is the one reason why we didn't do a bingo card, because look, it's completely out there. Like, you just don't know who's going to turn up, do you? Well, you just don't know who's going to... Like, did anyone actually think we were getting new Plants vs. Zombies? I don't think so.
Get reacquainted with these games.
Welcome
to the party, Pac-Man!
Pac-Man?
Pac-Man World 2 is coming back, remade from scratch. Through forests,
What?
or on ice. Use Pac-tastic moves to clear stages in style.
What?
And even take on powerful bosses. Plus, now you can adventure with a pal in local co-op. Pac-Man World 2 Repack launches on Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch September 26th.
Oh.
Pre-orders begin later
The Switch...
today.
Do you know what's funny about that? The Switch 1 edition
Black Mages
is digital and physical. The Switch 2 edition, digital only.
in the beloved strategy RPG Final Fantasy Tactics, reborn with
What?
newly added
Pac-Man.
elements.
I know. Although, I find that Pac-Man game so funny that you can only buy it digitally, digitally for Switch 2.
I know that he and I are different.
As well as new difficulty options, a feature to review story events, and more. Final Fantasy
Why?
Tactics, the Ivalice
I think it'll be something to do with the price of cartridges. You know, to put games into cartridge is stupidly expensive.
Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
Hence why you've got a lot of
When the clock strikes midnight,
people
shadows emerge
putting codes in
and the
boxes
dark
because
hour
it's cheaper for them.
begins. Step into the shoes of a high school student who,
So they can be like, look, we've got a physical release, but it's the code in the box because it's cheaper for them.
power of Persona. A Attend class and explore the city during the day as you forge bonds with every interaction. Then, battle through the mysterious Tower of Tartarus and strategically take down rampaging shadows at night. Enter the dark hour and seal your fate when Persona 3 Reload launches on Nintendo Switch 2 October 23rd. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
I want to pre-order half of this shit.
Please take a look at this.
I want to pre-order half of this shit now. You're getting Hyrule Warriors. But I suppose this isn't made by Nintendo, this is technically third party. So I guess this is allowed, because this is technically third party. But yeah, things like Metroid you're not getting today. That ain't happening. You won.
We face it together.
You won? Do you mean what? Do you mean want?
But you sought it from Hyrule of all places?
Yeah.
This is madness.
I kind of thought you'd missed out the tea, but I wasn't sure, so I thought I'd double check.
Enormously so.
Age of imprisonment. I was about to say, what's the point of showing this if you're not going to give a release date, but there's more for it. So, okay. What?
That was the latest trailer for Hyrule Warriors,
Oh, come on.
Age of Imprisonment. We hope you're looking forward to experiencing the canonical events that led to The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom when the game launches this winter. We'll share more information on this title in the future.
Oh, come on.
Let's continue with some more games coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Gear up for the realest Madden ever.
American football.
It's
Meh.
game time. Kick off your journey to become an
I don't mean to-
NFL legend in the most dynamic Madden game yet.
I don't mean to complain,
Rule the field with
but
all new
as a
players.
British person, I don't really ever care for American football.
Immerse yourself in authentic team traditions.
Maybe it's just me.
Strategize playmaking decisions with
No
new
date.
added features
Yeah, that's interesting.
to victory. All built from real NFL data. In franchise mode, choose from 3 new archetypes to begin your coaching legacy. Or become your favorite NFL coach, each with their own strategies. Customize your game plan by selecting new abilities each week that offer different tactical advantages. Then level them up to fine-tune your plays. Plus, compete on the gridiron in local or online multiplayer.
If I was American, I'd be in love.
Sports, Madden, NFL,
I feel like that's the thing.
touches down
Like,
on
Madden,
Nintendo Switch
talking about
2.
Madden coming to the Switch, I'm just like,
Pre-orders
yeah,
are
okay.
available now on Nintendo eShop.
I'm just like, yeah, okay.
A cozy campfire is calling.
I'm like, yeah, okay.
Calling all camping
You know, I just
enthusiasts.
don't give a
Build
flub of
campfires
American
in
football.
This cozy fire building sim. Chop wood. Arrange the pieces. Then light them up. But if you don't fuel the flames properly, they'll fizzle out. To stoke your campfire, place logs based on the fire's strength. Let enough oxygen flow through and maintain the right amount of heat. Don't let wet logs dampen your fire. Dry them before tossing them in the flames. And when you want to create an even bigger fire, just blow on it. Sometimes, though, a little patience is all you need. So roast some marshmallows or set off fireworks to light up the sky. You can also get the flames going in rainy or snowy conditions. But try mastering your campfire making skills first. With
What is this about?
a USB-C camera, You can enjoy each other's company around the campfire. You might even strike up some interesting conversations. Relax.
Sitting by a
and savor
campfire is you?
When Chillin' by the Fire sparks to life on Nintendo Switch 2 later today.
Oh, what? Sheer shadow drop.
Big and small in these games. Apex Legends is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Squad up and survive
Okay, Apex
19
Legends
other
coming to
teams
Switch
in
2.
Battle Royale. Or show off your skills in Mixtape, where you'll take on 3 rotating game modes. Plus, both Battle Royale and Mixtape have enhanced resolution and smoother performance.
Will it run? I think it will.
Your crew
And I
ace
think-
victory when Apex Legends launches on Nintendo Switch 2 August 5th.
Okay.
Along with the new season, Showdown.
Not too far away then. But, yeah, I think it will run.
To
I think
cure
things like
yourself,
Fortnite proved that.
Tiny Familiar embarks on a grand adventure.
And, you know, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet proved that as well. I think it will run, yeah.
You can climb, pull, and even swing to greater heights.
Oh, little
Explore
cutie
this
mouse.
vast world and gather ingredients to create a cure for your enchanting ally. Plus, up to 4 players can journey together in online co-op. A Little Mouse's magnificent adventure begins when Hella launches on Nintendo Switch 2 next year.
That's just cute.
Explore a
That
galaxy
mouse is.
full of opportunity.
When I see a mouse in the house, though,
Embark on a
if I
journey
did, I'd run a
to
mile.
an iconic galaxy far, far away in this
Star Wars
open-world
Outlaws. Oh.
action-adventure game.
Do you know what's funny about this game?
Between the events of The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi films, you'll take on the role of Kay Vess.
It's I wanted to look at this game for so long, but then I was like, I'm salty at Ubisoft, so I never did.
Both new and familiar as you fight, steal,
Like, I was salty at Ubisoft, so I never looked at it.
Galaxy's crime syndicates and gain the means to start a new life. Traverse through space by ship on Kay's Trailblazer, or by land on her S-57 cargo.
You should.
freighter, and take
It's been something I've been thinking about for a really long time.
with some puzzle
I've just been so, like, salty at Ubisoft
embark on
that I've not bothered for a long time.
engage in dogfights as you travel across the Outer Rim, and get ready to live the life of a scoundrel when Star Wars Outlaws launches on Nintendo Switch 2 September 4th. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop.
Okay.
Survive the future, salvage the past.
What's this?
As an agent of a secret collective, you'll travel between a future plagued by anomalies and a past on the verge of collapse to uncover the mysteries of this world. In the future, dangerous creatures born
How long
from
they act?
remnants
Haven't
of
the faintest
humanity
idea.
prowl the wasteland. You'll need to craft ammo and supplies with limited resources to fend off brutal enemies. But don't let your guard down after defeating them. If a monster absorbs a fallen enemy, it'll evolve into an even more nightmarish form. So act quickly to dispose of enemies. You'll also come across rifts that allow you to travel back in time. By
I'll
extracting the
pass.
essences of people you
Yeah,
meet in
I'm
the
kind of
past,
a bit like, I'll pass as well, to be honest.
strengthen your own abilities.
I'm not convinced by this game.
However, there's a
Yeah, I'll
price
pass
to
as
pay.
well.
You'll be haunted by visual and auditory illusions and lose your grip on reality. What caused the world to collapse? And what is the true mission you've been tasked with?
This game isn't doing it for me.
Chronos, The New Dawn, launches on Nintendo Switch 2, September 5th.
Huh.
The
Same day as Star Wars.
East and West clash.
極道の世界で竜と呼ばれる男は一匹でええんですわ。あんたもそう思いますやろ。
Yakuza Kiwami 2 is sprawling its way onto Nintendo Switch 2. Kamurocho, Tokyo, Sotenbori, Osaka, two prolific entertainment districts in Japan, where the former Dragon of
Wait, what?
Dojima, Cosmo
This is coming to Switch too. I wouldn't question it anymore.
Dragon of Kansai, Ryuji
I wouldn't
Goga.
question what comes to Switch anymore. I just accept it. I mean, it's proven
Free-flowing
in its
combat
first month how
modes to
great it
keep
is being able to run Cyberpunk
action-packed
fucking
brawls.
incredibly.
Duke it out using your fists,
And so
weapons,
far,
everything
Donkey Kong
else
Bonanza
at
could
your
be my game of the year.
disposal. Plus, there's still plenty else to do around the cities. Enjoy darts, karaoke, and even golf. There's no shortage of things to do.
I mean, I haven't looked at it. I haven't really looked at it this week because I've been
A deadly clash
doing a bit of Planet
between
Coaster now doing this,
dragons
but
begins
I'm
when
loving it and it could be my game of the year.
Kiwami 2 launches on Nintendo Switch 2, November 13th. And Yakuza Kiwami, the story that launched the Epic series, is also launching on Switch 2 the same day, featuring enhanced graphics, improved frame rates, and additional language support. There are plenty more games heading to Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2. Let's take a quick look.
Goodnight Universe by Skybound Games. What does a pair of underwear? NBA Bounce. Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Weed Flower Wonderland. Is that a new game or is that a DLC? Also, would I have to verify my age to buy that? Borderlands 4. The 3rd of October.
Before we go, we've got two more games to show you. Please take a look.
Oh, okay. 2 more games to show.
To pass through that door is to pass through time.
Square Enix.
To travel a road spanning centuries. From here, heroes set out on a journey of hope.
Square Enix presents a brand new action RPG brought to life in HD 2D. This is Philabildia, a continent overrun by beast tribes. A spell of safekeeping is all that protects humanity's sole bastion, the Kingdom of Huther. One fateful day, a set of ruins is discovered in the wilds beyond the castle walls. An adventurer, Elliot, leaves the kingdom to investigate.
New Watch Dogs. I don't know. Are you gonna get that?
Is a fairy named Faye.
Was Legion the last one?
Together, the duo venture beyond the kingdom's protection.
But I don't think you get it here now. But
During your journey,
I think something that big, Ubisoft would say for their own event. But also, I don't know, I just don't think we can do it anymore. I feel like it's dead. I feel like we killed it off.
With swords for quick and well-balanced strikes. Bows and arrows to target enemies from afar. Chains and sickles to swing and pull enemies closer, and more. There are 7 weapon types in total, but that's not all. You can also strengthen your weapons by equipping different combinations of magicite. Try out all sorts of variations to find the playstyle that works for you.
So what is this? I assume they'll tell us. I assume they'll say.
Your fairy companion, Faye, can also attack. And
I assume they'll say, oh, by the way, it's this.
you can control both Elliot and Faye separately, or 2 players can control them at the same time. You'll find that she's very helpful on your adventure. Join Elliot and Faye on a
Do you?
grand journey.
Yeah, well, they're not going to go this in depth and in detail into a game and not name it. That would just be stupid.
The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales launches on Nintendo Switch 2 next year.
Okay.
After today's presentation, a debut demo will be available. And there
Okay.
will be an upcoming survey to gather player feedback.
Okay.
In the beginning, there was nothing. Everything began with the birth of Orson.
Big Finish. You would want to go on something big, but it isn't another Square Enix game. So who knows? Oh, it's Octopath Traveler. I loved the way this game looked. No, it's so I love the way this game looked, but this is really how we're going to end it. On this, we're not going to end with like some like big giant,
I wish I could see everyone here.
completely unexpected out of the book thing. Like we knew this existed.
Are you going to rebuild Wishvale? Or are you going to find the people who took our home from us?
Witness a tale of beginnings that unfolds across Orstera.
I don't mean to judge, but apart from Just Dance,
Octopath Traveler 0 is available on December 4th, 2025.
from Just Dance
That's all for today's Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase.
and
Thank you for watching.
Ubisoft game before Octopath Traveler, a lot of it was announced in the, for Switch 2 content. A lot of it was announced in the Direct for Switch 2. There was no big, oh my god, mad Switch 2 content. Apart from really Yokozuna 2. But I would have ended on that one more. I would have ended on that one a little bit, actually. Anyway. I'm going to take just a very quick bio break. Also, I don't have the highlights on this page. So you get to look at a page just a short intermission with some chat, so you can see yourself for a sec whilst I go get a drink, and then we'll jump in and we'll look at yesterday's Frontier Unlocked. I won't look at the entire thing though, because I don't care for all of it. Like, I don't care for all of it. I don't care for all of it. Like, I think the only stuff I'm really gonna look at is the Jurassic World Evolution 3 content and the Planet Coaster content. Skip Planet Zoo console on Elite Dangerous. Well, Elite Dangerous I've played like once or twice. Couldn't get into it, so I don't really care what they announced for that. And what's the Planet Zoo console edition content going to be? Ubisoft, like, Frontier announcing content for that game that I already have for the PC version? Like, what's that going to be? Is that going to be like Frontier announcing content I already have for the PC version? So at that point, it's like, well, what's the point? So if I've already got it for the PC version, and I never played the console version anyway, I played the PC version, so like, why bother? So at that point, it's like, why bother really caring about that? Because I played the console version once when it came out, and that was kind of it. And Elite Dangerous I've never played. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick bar break, we're going to go drink and stuff, and then we'll come back, and we will take a quick bar break, we're going to come back, and then when we do come back, it will be Frontier Unlocked time. Oops, I've just realised. Now, do you know what I'm going to do actually? I am going to create highlights, because I don't like those. I don't like the fact that I forgot to delete the social stuff out of that one. So, we're going to put some highlights. But it's also going to be a bit booky, because right now it's going to be a small amount of nothing. So, just give me a sec. You can locate nearby sandwich shops. To be honest, it doesn't do that. It does that. But I would love it if it located nearby sandwich shops. I would love that. The right hand side of my console. What? They can be even be attached back to front. What? What on earth would I want to do that for? Third is Donkey Kong. Second is Peach. But in first place, the sole greatest Mario Kart character, Cow, from I don't know what game. Oh my, oh yes! Woohoo! Clutch hammer! Give me a lightsaber. Why won't you give me a lightsaber? Darth? Give me a lightsaber. Why won't you give me a lightsaber? Why not give lightsaber? Come on. I want lightsaber. Hello? Voice memory located. Princess Zelda.
Rito Village, hometown of Rivali.
The fuck's going on?
It seems he's spoken of as legend here, and his bow was honor bestowed on the best Rito warrior. You did hate other people talking about you.
Ow. That is not what I meant to do. That just looks like David fucking Bowie. Sound relating to music is turned off. To be honest, that feels about right for Cyberpunk, I'm going to be honest. The fact that all of these relating to music I turned it off, but it's still playing music. Yeah, that feels about right for Cyberpunk.
I was at the hospital today. Javi's got some broken...
And you're thinking, that sounds stupid. To go on about reflections in the puddle and be like, there's reflections in the puddle. So what? So what? Reflections in the puddle. So what? Who cares? But the thing is, right? This is a Nintendo console. And so reflections in the puddle just feel weird. Like, boo. Is this a Nintendo console? Well, this looks too beautiful for a Nintendo console. Like, holy hell, look at it. Really? It's like the most random thing. Just straight up YouTube, it's what? Okay. Well, there ain't no point in keeping that there then, fucking hell. What? That's so random. Look at that, look. Oh my god, look at that. The outdoors reflecting on the ground is gorgeous. That's gorgeous, the outdoor world reflecting on the ground like that. It just sounds like someone's constipated.
You're here for the Devil King, who kidnapped your best friend. How rude. No, only the janitor!
Did you try to beat up the janitor? And you call us evil? I'll defeat you once and for all. I just need to charge up more energy. Wait. Come on. Charging. I'll be right.
These are some weird accents. Paisley bandana. See, the thing is, I'm looking at this, right? And I'm thinking, I don't know what Nintendo's context behind the Paisley bandana is. But I'm just looking at it and I'm thinking, what's this got to do with the Scottish town of Paisley? My brain hurts trying to fathom this. Like, playing this game at a frame rate that's playable is kinda ridiculous. Oh yeah. Shiny! Also, how dang easy was that to find a shiny in this game? Like, I wasn't even trying to find him and I just found him because a bunch of Pokemon had just spawned and it just happened to be enough Pokemon to spawn a shiny. Like, beautiful. Of course I do. Yeah, have a bit. Finances. Yesterday's profit was in the negative. My money is unlimited. Do you think I care? Because I do not. Switch 2 is not taking very good use of my 1 gig download, is it? Fucking hell. You can locate nearby sandwich shops. To be honest, it doesn't do that. It does that. But I would love it if it located nearby sandwich shops. I would love that. The right hand side of my console. What? They can even be attached back to front. What? What on earth would I want to do that for? Third is Donkey Kong. Second is Peach. But in first place, the sole greatest Mario Kart character, Cow, from I don't know what game. Oh my, oh yes! Woohoo! What? Clutch hammer! Give me a lightsaber. Why won't you give me a lightsaber? Darth? Give me a lightsaber. Why won't you give me a lightsaber? Why not give lightsaber? Come on. I want lightsaber. Hello? Voice memory located. Princess Zelda.
Rito Village, hometown of Rivali.
The fuck's going on?
It seems he's spoken of as a legend here, and his bow was honor bestowed on the best Rito warrior. You did hate other people talking about you.
Ow. That is not what I meant to do. That just looks like David fucking Bowie. Sound relating to music is turned off. To be honest, that feels about right for Cyberpunk, I'm going to be honest. The fact that all of these relating to music are turned off, but it's still playing music. Yeah, that feels about right for Cyberpunk.
I was at the hospital today. Javi's got some broken...
And you're thinking, that sounds stupid. To go on about reflections in the puddle and be like, there's reflections in the puddle. So what? So what? Reflections in the puddle. So what? Who cares? But the thing is, right? This is a Nintendo console. And so reflections in the puddle just feel weird. Like, bruh. Is this a Nintendo console? Well, this looks too beautiful for a Nintendo console. Like, holy hell, look at it. Really? It's like the most random thing. Just straight up YouTube, it's what? Okay. Well, there ain't no point in keeping that there then, fucking hell. What? That's so random. Look at that, look. Oh my god, look at that. The outdoors reflecting on the ground is gorgeous. That's gorgeous, the outdoor world reflecting on the ground like that. It just sounds like someone's constipated.
You're here for the Devil King, who kidnapped your best friend. How rude. No, I'm only the janitor!
Did you trust beat up the janitor? And you call us evil? I'll defeat you once and for all. I just need to charge up my energy. Wait. Come on. Charging. I'll be right.
These are some weird accents. But Paisley bandana. See, the thing is, I'm looking at this, right? And I'm thinking, I don't know what Nintendo's context behind the Paisley bandana is. But I'm just looking at it and I'm thinking, what's this got to do with the Scottish town of Paisley? My brain hurts trying to fathom this. Like, playing this game at a frame rate that's playable is kind of ridiculous. Oh yeah. Shiny! Also, how dang easy was that to find a shiny in this game? Like, I wasn't even trying to find him and I just found him because a bunch of Pokemon had just spawned and it just happened to be enough Pokemon to spawn a shiny. Like, beautiful. Of course I do. Yeah, have a bit. Finances. Yesterday's profit was in the negative. My money is unlimited. Do you think I care? Because I do not. Switch 2 is not taking very good use of my 1 gig download, is it? Fucking hell. You can locate nearby sandwich shops. To be honest, it doesn't do that. It does that. But I would love it if it located nearby sandwich shops. I would love that. The right hand side of my console. What? They can be even be attached back to front. What? What on earth would I want to do that for? Woo! Third is Donkey Kong. Second is Peach. But in first place, the sole greatest Mario Kart character, Cow from I don't know what game. Oh my, oh yes! Woohoo! What? Clutch hammer! Give me a lightsaber. Why won't you give me a lightsaber? Darth? Give me a lightsaber. Why won't you give me a lightsaber? Why not give lightsaber? Come on. I want lightsaber. Hello? Voice memory located. Princess Zelda.
Rito Village, hometown of Rivali.
The fuck's going on?
It seems he's spoken of as legend here, and his bow was all that bestowed on the best Rito warrior. You did hate other people talking about you.
Ow. That is not what I meant to do. That just looks like David fucking Bowie. Sound relating to music is turned off. To be honest, that feels about right for Cyberpunk, I'm going to be honest. The fact that all of these relating to music are turned off, but it's still playing music. Yeah, that feels about right for Cyberpunk.
I was at the hospital today. Javi's got some broken...
And you're thinking, that sounds stupid. To go on about reflections in a puddle and be like, there's reflections in a puddle. So what? So what? Reflections in a puddle. So what? Who cares? But the thing is, right? This is a Nintendo console. And so reflections in a puddle just feel weird. Like, bruh. Is this a Nintendo console? Man, this looks too beautiful for a Nintendo console. Like, holy hell, look at it. Really? It's like the most random thing. Just straight up YouTube, it's what? Okay. Well, there ain't no point in keeping that there then, fucking hell. What? That's so random. Look at that, look. Oh my god, look at that. The outdoors reflecting on the ground is gorgeous. That's gorgeous, the outdoor world reflecting on the ground like that. It just sounds like someone's constipated.
You're here for the Devil King, who kidnapped your best friend. How rude. No, I'm only the janitor!
Did you just beat up the janitor? And you call us evil? I'll defeat you once and for all. I just need to charge up my energy. Wait. Come on. Charging. I'll be right.
These are some weird accents. Paisley bandana. See, the thing is, I'm looking at this, right? And I'm thinking, I don't know what Nintendo's context behind the Paisley bandana is. But I'm just looking at it and I'm thinking, what's this got to do with the Scottish town of Paisley? My brain hurts trying to fathom this. Like, playing this game at a frame rate that's playable is kinda ridiculous. Oh yeah. Shiny! Also, how dang easy was that to find a shiny in this game? Like, I wasn't even trying to find him and I just found him because a bunch of Pokemon had just spawned. And it just happened to be enough Pokemon that's more shiny. And beautiful. Of course I do. Yeah, have a bit. Finances. Yesterday's profit was in the negative. My money is unlimited. Do you think I care? Because I do not. Switch 2 is not taking very good use of my 1 gig download, is it? Fuck, you know. You can locate nearby. Right, hello, let's get this. Hey look, I already recently searched for it. Jurassic World Evolution 3 plus updates from Elite Dangerous, which is only 45 minutes long. Okay. Well, the good thing is we can see what they're going to talk about based on posters, can't we?
Hello everybody, welcome to Frontier Unlocked, the show where we put space travel, dinosaurs and roller coasters all on the same sofa. My name is Rich, I will be your host this evening. Welcome, welcome wherever you are in the world.
Rich again.
Who we got in the chat today? There's quite a few people. Hello, hello.
We've got Rich again.
A lot of commanders.
Huh.
I'm not gonna
Second time we've had Rich.
Who we got? That's an interesting name. Matt106, hello, hello. J-Man the Angel, Elvis.
So, plenty of things familiar. Planco 2 DLC, I would assume so. I mean, we've had one, but we've not had any others yet. But Frontier have been focused on trying to fix the game. And I think it's now at a point where the game is fixed, and so if you put out a DLC, fine, whatever.
As always, if you are watching on Twitch, by the way, we do have Twitch drops available for you. So if you are watching for at least 15 minutes tonight...
No, I'm watching...
one of these fantastic paint jobs, the Prestige Purple for the Asp Explorer and for the Federal Assault Ship.
On YouTube and the day late.
Absolutely love those.
Because when this event went live, I was at work.
Poland, we've got Mexico. See lots of names. Germany as well. Welcome everyone. So yeah, if you want one of these drops, make sure you're watching on Twitch, twitch.tv/Frontier for at least 15 minutes and you can pick up one of these fantastic paint jobs. So, coming up this evening on Frontier Unlocked, we have got more from Jurassic World Evolution 3 ahead of its release in October. We've got a quick update about Planet Coaster 2, and we've got a treat in store for the commanders in the chat, as well as our giveaway as per usual.
Well, a quick update. Come on.
I'm about to change things up here. It's Christmas for the commanders because you lot are going first. So, hot off the back of the Panther Clipper Mark II making its way to shipyards
Okay.
across.
Elite Dangerous is first.
I say we. I am joined by Chris Gregory. From
Let me skip all this because I
yeah, I'm gonna leave that to you. So
oh my god! Oh my god!
If people don't know who you are, would you mind just
oh my
letting
god!
people know what it is you do?
My god! You're talking about Elite Dangerous for 20 fucking minutes. Make that 23 minutes. Good grief! 23 minutes to talk about Elite Dangerous. Good lord.
So there we go, the Panther Clipper Mark II, and before that, the reveal of the Type 11 prospect. Really exciting stuff for the commanders in the chat. You got first today. You're very welcome. Now, on to Planet Coaster 2. So a few weeks ago, we released the summer trailer for Planet Coaster 2 alongside a very handy-dandy welcome video to give you guys a top level, like a guide on how to play the game. So either if you're dipping your toes back into Planet Coaster 2 or you're new to the game, this is available on the Planet Coaster YouTube channel. But now, let's have a quick look at that summer trailer again.
Not watching that. No, I didn't see the point. I don't care for Elite Dangerous. What's the point of sitting there for 23 minutes watching Elite Dangerous? I have no interest in if I can skip over it. Also, can I just say something about the summer trailer? I want this remix released as a full song. Because this is a great remix. I want it. Like, I want this remix. Like, this remix is great and I want it. Imagine this was the Planet Coaster news. God, if this was the only Planet Coaster news, I'd be infuriated. It's like, here's a summer trailer. Okay, that's it. See you later. That would annoy me. I want something out of this.
There you go. That is the summer trailer for Planet Coaster 2. I love that one. Can't imagine why. Anyway, how about something new for Planet Coaster 2 players in the chat? So here is Rich from the development team to tell you a little bit more about a new feature coming in the next free update for Planet Coaster 2.
Oh!
Hi everyone, I'm Rich Newbold, Game Director on Planet Coaster 2. We're busy working on some new content, but I thought I'd swing by and give you some more information about a new feature coming in our next free update. I'm excited to say that Challenge Mode will be coming to Planet Coaster 2. Challenge Mode is going to bring a different dynamic to the game and test your ability to run a successful theme park. Complete challenges and get cash rewards that will allow you to continue to level up your park. And as you increase your park rating, you'll be encountering even tougher challenges as you go. You'll find Challenge Mode in the main menu. Select either a flat sandbox biome or one of our career template levels that we've been adding in our previous updates. Then select your difficulty level. There's 3 difficulties to choose from: easy, medium and hard. Easy will make completing tasks a little less
come on!
challenging, certain things like guest needs and sunburn. Whereas the hardest difficulty is quite the opposite, with less cash to start with and an increase in management
come on!
like fair pay for staff. Name your park and get
Where's
stuck in.
where's the
Now, you
hardest
made it
difficulty
easy
option?
difficulty, but you didn't think we'd make it that easy, did you? You're going to be greeted first with an empty park with lots of guests eager to come in. So best get to work. In the top left of the screen, you'll see your starting challenges, and in the bottom left of the screen, you'll see how much money you have to start building your park with. Each challenge will reward you once it's completed. You can see here that building a pool with at least
Where's
one
the option for like the hardest
is
difficulty,
probably
which is
a
even
nice
harder
side
than
side.
hard?
Completing challenges will make the task of building a successful park even easier. However,
You had hard mode and then you had to think it was hardest?
discard them and move on. As your park gets bigger and your park rating gets even higher, the challenges will get harder. Here you can see that you need to build a new coaster with at least 8 airtime moments and an average speed of at least 9.3 miles per hour. The reward is a lot more lucrative though. And this next challenge, have an average guest thirst need above 63% while maintaining at least 800 guests in my park. I could discard it, but that reward is looking very tempting. We know this is going to be a great way to play Planet Coaster 2 and we're excited to bring it to you as part of our next free update. Keep your eyes peeled on our socials as we work on not just this free update but exciting new content too. I'll see you soon.
So there you go, something new coming to Planet Coaster 2 in the next free update. But as Rich alluded to, there is more to come. So stay tuned to Planet Coaster's social channels and the YouTube channel and Frontier Unlocked to find out more in the future as and when it happens. But now it's time for the giveaway, because we know you love giveaways. If you're watching on Twitch, twitch.tv/Frontier, get in the chat right now because we've got some cool stuff
That was like...
giveaway. We have got for the Elites fans.
That was like the world's tiniest thing. It was like...
Elite beanies. We also have
They've gone from...
hang on a second.
Planet Coaster's gone from about
Mousepad.
20 minutes of discussion to...
Is that right? Is that upside down?
We have nothing to show.
Elite Mousepad, that could be yours. As well as we have, for the Planet Zoo players, this lovely LP of You, Me and Other Animals, the soundtrack to Planet Zoo. That is part of it as well. As well as, and don't keep stopping, I've got so many props. We have the Logitech G502X mouse for your PC.
Can I...
One of 2 flavors of controller. We have a lovely purple Xbox Series
Flavors of controller?
as a
You make it sound like a drink.
blue. What's the color name of this specifically? I can't even remember. A blue DualSense, so you can win either of these. So if you are the winner and you get Whispered, just let us know which flavor of controller you would like. So these are available as part of the giveaway. You need to be on Twitch, so twitch.tv/Frontier. And if you do want to enter, please head to frontier.co.uk/legal for all the T's and C's about entering these giveaways. Geographical restrictions apply, etc., etc. It's over there. But if you're in the chat on Twitch, we need to see exclamation mark Lakon, L-A-K-O-N, exclamation mark Lakon, which is the manufacturer of the Type 11 Prospector. If you were paying attention, there will be a test. So that's what's available in this month's giveaway. So please jump over to Twitch if you would like to enter and grab a bunch of these goodies. I've now scattered all around me. Look, you can still see it in shot. I'm going to put this down there. But while you guys are all entering, if you're over on Twitch, I'm going to do some waffle about Planet Zoo Console Edition, because we're just under a week away from the Americas and Asia pack being available for our console players.
4% Planet Coaster. Yeah, they didn't have much to say this time around, which is like, oh, by the way, we'll bring a challenge mode in.
Incredible species that will bring extra wonder to your zoos. And to name a couple of the animals in this pack, we've got the coyote, the ocelots, the bush dog, the bighorn sheep, the Japanese raccoon dog, and the lion-tailed macaque. And this bundle also contains more than 180 scenery pieces and 2 new campaign scenarios, with Dominic Myers needing help in 2 areas of the world, in Mexico and in South Korea. And so that is the Americas and Asia bundle coming to Planet Zoo Console Edition on Tuesday the 5th of August. Very, very exciting stuff for the Planet Zoo players in the chats. Hopefully you've all put your exclamation mark LAKONS in the chats, LAKON, because I think you've just about run out of time to enter the giveaway, I believe.
What else today?
Okay, so on to some more stuff. I know that it's been in the chat a lot. We've left it long enough. It's time for Jurassic World Evolution 3. It's been a pretty busy month as we brought you 2 dinosaur showcases and 2 feature focuses. And if you've missed any of these so far, you can go to the Jurassic World Evolution YouTube channel to watch them back, or you can go to JurassicWorldEvolution.com. But there is so much more to see ahead of the game's launch this October. And keep your eyes peeled for more information and more feature focuses in the next month. We've got one coming for terrain tools and one coming for the new modular building in Jurassic World Evolution 3. And the already available, you can look at the feature focuses on the breeding programs and also on family units. So another thing we shared over the last
I
couple of weeks.
don't think so. I can't remember, but I don't think it was now.
Lokiceratops and the Utahraptor. And to say that these 2 have gone down incredibly well with the community is pretty much an understatement. You guys have absolutely loved them, and we've loved seeing the reaction to them. And as a little recap, here is the dinosaur showcase on the Lokiceratops.
Meet the Lokiceratops, one of the most spectacular horned dinosaurs you can add to your park. With its huge, colourful frill and curved horns, this recently discovered ceratopsian is guaranteed to be a guest favourite. Watch them show off. These social dinosaurs display fascinating territorial behaviours that guests love to observe. They thrive in small groups and can share space with other peaceful herbivores. Just provide plenty of room and vegetation. Powerful, distinct, unmissable. The Lokiceratops is a captivating headline attraction for any new park.
A rather familiar voice narrating the Lokiceratops there, but who's for some more stuff?
Will you play this? Yeah, I'll play this. I love the Jurassic World Evolution franchise.
Concept artist Emma, and what it was like bringing the Lokiceratops and the Utahraptor back to life. So Emma, welcome to the Frontier Unlocked Sofas. If people don't know who you are, would you mind introducing yourself and telling people what you do?
Yeah, sure. So I'm the senior concept artist.
Ah,
on
you
Jurassic
didn't bring her
World
in live.
3. I also worked on Jurassic World Evolution 2, and I get to oversee the designs of all of our lovely dinosaurs.
So you're part of the team that make, or actually design these creatures, bring them to the game, bring them to life with information from paleontologists and Universal as well.
Yeah, exactly. So once we get that species name that we're going to add into the game, we jump straight into research to begin with. I like looking at the skeleton, the fossil. Do we have any cool fossilized material to work with? Do we need to maybe use fossil evidence from other species? And keeping in mind all that research, we also balance it thinking about how can we imagine this animal? What would this animal look like in the Jurassic World franchise?
Yeah. So let's kick things off with the Utahraptor that we revealed a couple of weeks weeks ago, people were very excited to see this guy back again. Can you just tell us about the Utah Raptor? Like, as
Play
a
release date. I don't know.
Yeah, so the Utahraptor is a Dromaeosaurid. So that's the
Well,
same
when this game
family
comes out in
as
October, doesn't it?
Velociraptor. And
It's now October, stupidly busy, and I might be off one.
so in the environment in the early
So I don't know.
2000s, they were the apex predator.
That's what a lot of
And they
Frontier
were
games.
particularly robust and quite heavy for a dromaeosaur, and they had to be because they were hunting ankylosaurids.
Blimey, that's
A lot of Frontier games need to come out at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
So, dimorphism is a huge part of Jurassic Revolution 3. So can you tell us about what differs or differences the male and the female Utahraptors have?
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, now the Jurassic World Evolution
Like
3
3, 4-ish.
males and females. Until now, we
So
only had
it all
females.
depends when it comes out, really.
So the difference
And what I'm
with
working.
the Utahraptor, we went for something quite naturalistic and a little bit subtle, but once you train your eye to see it, you'll feel like a really accomplished
But
ranger.
Like, if I don't do it release date, I'll do it the day after, but it'll be near to it. Just depends what time it releases.
Slightly bigger crest on the head, a little bit larger body, while the female is a little bit more slim, and the male also has a slightly different pattern as well. It's got a really cool line going down the neck.
You've got the males, you've got the females, but you've also got the juveniles. So how do they compare when you're
Give me a sec. Give me a second. I'll be right back.
designing those?
Yeah, well, the juvenile it's like designing another dinosaur, the same amount of work, and we usually have way less fossil evidence to work with, so we have to supplement a lot of it looking at real life animals and how we have to look at a lot of baby animals essentially. So we look at, say, baby birds and how much the
Type? What type?
particular changes quite a lot as they grow up. And using that science, we end up with really cute babies.
So it's not just artistic license to make them look really, really cute and adorable. There's genuine science
There is
behind
science,
how
yeah.
they look.
The science makes them extra cute.
That's so cool. So with obviously breeding in the game and the juveniles with their adult parents, what kind of traits can you see being passed down?
Well, just like in nature, you know, if you've got a beautiful herd of your red Utahraptors, the juveniles are also going to be carrying on that trait and look like their parents, and they're going to be red as well.
So feathers are a big part of the Utahraptor's design. It's very, very distinctive. Did you have real world evidence of the feathers that they have in the game?
Yeah, well, we have a lot of fossils showing us that Dromaeosaurs had feathers. We don't have any for the Utahraptor yet, but we do have them for related species, and we can even see on those species that on the arm there's little holes for the quills, quill knobs, where the feathers would have come out of, and we wanted to make sure we got that shape right because it's quite a particular type of wing. They couldn't quite use it to fly.
So even though the Utahraptors obviously it's a predator, it's carnivorous, but when you've got them in your parks, your herds, they are quite family oriented.
Yeah, they are, and we even have fossil evidence for this. We've got fossils of the
They
whole
do, don't
family
they?
of the adult with the juvenile.
I mean, you heard us say there about those two
the,
particular
little
dinosaurs.
hunted dinosaur that they had.
They didn't want to include it in the game
Yeah, they're just all a family unit. You don't want to separate them.
at the
in your
start for the game's release. If
So one of the other dinosaurs
the game,
revealed
you know, if it wasn't
the Lokiceratops. And I think
reacting
that
the
one
way they
has
wanted
gone
it to,
down pretty well
it
with,
didn't have realistic
Can
reactions.
you tell us more about the Lokiceratops itself?
Yeah, so the Lokiceratops is a ceratopsian. And it's been a while since we've had a new one in the game. So this was really our chance to put a lot of love and energy into this one, make it the best it can be. We looked at a lot of fossil evidence, even for the skin, even on the materials on the Lokiceratops itself. We looked at fossilized skin impression from other ceratopsians to really add in those extra science details.
Speaking of details, again, we have the dimorphism in Jurassic World Evolution 3. How do the male and the females differ?
Yeah, so the Lokiceratops, I'd say, is an example of quite prominent dimorphism. So the male and female have slightly different crests, and even in the fossil itself is a really cool skull. It's almost complete, and you can see how asymmetrical it is. And we represented that in the
I know
game
it's
as well,
alpha
so
footage
the
and things might change,
male
but I'm
and
still not
female
convinced by all the
both
menu
have
icons being on the side.
Slightly asymmetrical crests with that little bit of lovely natural wonkiness that really makes them feel alive.
Yeah, and of course you've got the juveniles as well. How are they to design and compare to the adults?
Well, the juvenile, we do actually have skulls of juvenile ceratopsians, and they're really adorable, and they also have quite a different head shape, which was interesting. They've got really big eyes, like they've not quite grown into their crest yet, so that was really fun to reference, and I think our final juveniles are so cute. I think they're one of my favorites.
That's amazing. So the moral of the story is, for the Lokiceratops and the Utahraptor, science is quite simply cute. And I think people are going to be really, really excited to get them in their parks. Emma, thank you so much for joining us today and giving us your insight onto designing these dinosaurs. Thank you for taking the time. Really, really appreciate it. And if you want to see more of these dino showcases, then please stay tuned to the Jurassic World Evolution 3 YouTube channel. But for now, we're going to take a look at that gameplay trailer once again.
Welcome to the Dinosaur Integration Network, or DIN for short. Our organization brings groundbreaking, sustainable breeding programs to a global clientele of demanding site owners. We are taking paleocuration into exciting new territory. Where previous pioneers exclusively synthesized female dinosaurs, we are also creating males. These animals aren't assets to us, but the beginning of a new evolution. And do keep an eye on the young dinosaurs. They can inherit more than just appearances. Every site must be a perfect balance of security and spectacle.
It's got the, yeah.
Crucial,
It sounds cliche. I know it sounds cliche, but it's got the planet rotation style. Finally. Not its own rotation style. I like and scale stuff.
As with any project of this scale, not everything will go according to plan. As the park manager, you'll also need to assess emerging situations and get them under control. It won't be easy, but that's why we're hiring the best. Din
Revolutionary.
will make a difference. Now, I'm sure you have plenty of questions, but please.
This is your first and final warning. Din must not continue.
Nah. No switch. Didn't think you did.
So there you go, a closer look into the Utahraptor and the Lokiceratops, two fantastic species you'll get your hands on when the Jurassic World Evolution 3 releases in October. If you want to catch up with the previous feature focuses and dino showcases, you can do so over on the Jurassic World Evolution YouTube channel, and I know you're clamoring for more stuff, but stay tuned for more feature focuses and more dino showcases in the coming weeks. Okay, let's do the giveaway. So hopefully you've all been entering over on Twitch, and we do have a winner, and it is Redoubtable TM. So please keep an eye out for a whisper.
There will be. It'll just be on.
Which of these you would like as part of your bundle? The Xbox controller or the PlayStation controller? Make sure I have them in the right hands for that one. Well, there we go. That is it from us this month. Thank you all so much for joining today. If you did miss any of the stream, because we did catch you out, Commanders, we put you first this time, you can catch up over on the Frontier YouTube channel. And please keep your eyes locked to our socials for all things Planet Coaster 2, Elite Dangerous, and Jurassic World Evolution 3. Keep tripping over that in the coming weeks. We are going to be back next month on Wednesday, August the 27th at 6 p.m. UK time. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Take care, and we'll see you then.
Okay. There is a portable version. It will just be the Steam Deck and it'll just be the Steam Deck. You can get a Steam Deck version and the ROG Ally version. React to the potential DLC with what's this? What's this thing?
Frontier on Planet Coaster.
What, this thing? DLC confirmed. What? When did they confirm a DLC? I know a DLC got confirmed. I thought it was just challenge mode. What the heck? Well, I saw only unlocked was challenge mode.
So we are just a day ahead of the next Frontier Unlocked, and we've no idea what's coming, so we are going to predict what's coming. Actually, we're going to go into 3 bundles, just to explain that real quick. Bundles means a DLC idea featuring a bigger free update. I do assume they still continue the big free updates, but cash flow has to come in, so they need to do certain things about the money, and this is why I'm going to outline 3 different updates, free updates, alongside a DLC, or the vice versa, however you want to call the priorities of that. But as normally, and this is part of the context you need to understand before I go into the 3 different bundles, normally Frontier in the past always has given out DLCs which kind of are completely cosmetic. By what I mean is there is no new mechanic or game management aspect or anything added to the game that you cannot have without the DLC. However, most of the things, so as just to name one example, imagine they are adding Midway games to this, wonderful game, it might be one of the bundles, then they would still give you at least 1 free Midway game via the free update, so that you technically can use it, but they would give you another 10 or so with the DLC. So in order to use it to the fullest, you need to have the DLC as well, but they are not giving you any kind of mechanic locked behind a paywall. That's usually how Frontier has done it in the past, and I want to treat it the exact same way with my 3 wonderful DLC/update bundles. So let's get into it. Number 1 on the list is not really surprising. It's going to be hotels. I did already do a deep dive into a hotel DLC as I wish it. I'm going to put it somewhere here as a link to you so you can watch that one if you want to. But I want to go a bit deeper into it as of now with the details, but it's not going to be as long as the full video used to be. So the first bundle is going to be the hotel mechanic, as hotels and resort being a free update. This is going to be the big thing of the free update, the whole kind of aspect of having a resort style kind of area. Besides your park, you can have a dedicated area which is not the park area. It's an area between that can house people. It's gonna come with a huge update on how the management works, so that people can actually stay multiple days in your park, and it finally makes sense.
Yeah, I've always liked the way Frontier do that. It's great, isn't it?
How the time of day
How they're like, oh, we're adding this thing.
Refund, so there's a big
But it's not like an EA and Sims thing. So we're adding this thing. You want it? Give us money.
With this. Now,
it's like, you want it? Here's a basic free version, but you can get more of this thing with money.
Kind of things. That means Midway games would become a real thing, because typically in these hotel areas you have kind of things like that. There's like an cart maybe somewhere in the ground level, or you have a bar or something like that. All these kind of things paired in would be a freaking insane thing to do for a DLC like that. And I gotta say that this would be so cool for me personally. Also, with the DLC there could come a couple of cosmetics for the hotel, just different variants maybe of hotel rooms or hotel designs. Most obviously the whole scenery set of hotels, which likely would be hidden behind a paywall and likely would be part of the DLC, so you would get the whole kind of style of hotels, and the footage you see in the background is not just random. You can see in the background I have done a kind of fake hotel in my Hanseatic Dreamland over here, which would also give you a bit of a different element of bringing in people, and also what I would
My hotels not. I could never work that one out. I have to be honest.
Capacity. So the more hotels you place down, the more guests you can have in your park. At the moment, the limit on PC is at 12,000. Even I found this a little bit too low, actually. Hanseatic Dreamland kind of constantly maxes that out, and it still works pretty well indeed. Now, I would love to see the ability to have that as an aspect. You have no hotel, there may be a max
is
of
12,000. My park's on 700.
Daily max of, let's say, up to 20,000 or so. I would love to see that, and also with the DLC there could be, again, as I said, a whole lot of different type of DLC scenery items, but also in terms of a ride, there are a couple of rides you can have for maybe track rides specifically, like kind of type of monorail, not the big monorail, maybe a smaller type of monorail, a smaller type of bus tour, certain things like that could be very cool for a hotel DLC indeed. I would love to see that one, as I said, paired with the ability to have a free update with the management and so on. I think that would be great, but as I don't want to dive too deep into it, that's the way around. Let's move on to the next one. Equally exciting. Next up on my list is Family Focus. I would love to see a Family Focus DLC. That would be super versatile in what it does. So let me explore first of all the free update. So we did have a couple of issues, I think personally, with the game so far, because kids in the game don't really play a role. So I would love to see a lot of changes to how kids access different rides. You can have dedicated kid pools, you can have dedicated kid areas, and you can have playgrounds. Finally, actual playgrounds for the kids would be amazing to be seen. We now have wonderful things like restaurants or these kind of souvenir shops, which have a huge amount of guest interaction, new guest animations and stuff like that. So apparently Frontier is able to pull that off. I would love to see these things, very similar to what we've seen with the kind of kids edutainment stations we have in Planet Zoo. I love them. We just have a couple of those, but I would love to see something like that in a free update, which then could be enlarged in a DLC, having way more of these kids edutainment things or entertainment things in the DLC. Same
Which
goes
for DLC?
for having a playground, which comes with a couple things. We already have a slide mechanic in the game, so just give us a slide without, I guess, water at the end of the day. That would be potentially the thing
What,
you
like
can imagine having
stuff
in
to,
the game.
what, like an update, or
That
like,
would
yeah?
add so much more atmosphere to the theme park. And
DLC that has new
playgrounds
features,
are a
or
massive part of theme parks nowadays, because we are not even talking about the typical kind of playgrounds that you would expect, like, you know, have a bit of huge area of sand, a couple of slides and a swing there.
And I would
No,
love to
I'm
see.
talking about like focus on kids. Fantasyland has some very nicely dedicated areas in the midst of Black Mamba, for example, the inverted coaster. You have a kind of adventure trail for kids, you know, which is dedicated to have kids going through that area, which is kind of an African trail.
I'd love to
which
see
is
something
fun
like
to do, you know, it has a couple of,
realistically a bit like the studios thing from last game, but not call it studios, but have like some of that stuff, because that was my favourite DLC from Blanco 1.
So you can also pair that with splash pads, for example, for kids. That would be a wonderful opportunity to introduce more kids-focused things for the pools, and then you still have the opportunity to put a lot of things in the DLC, different type of splash pads and water interactions with pools. You can also have a lot of wonderful elements in there for playgrounds, a couple of different playground things, and when it comes to scenery pieces, you can focus your whole kind of DLC onto like scenery pieces designed around kid areas, you know.
Disney DLC, I wouldn't want a Disney DLC.
Fun DLC in terms of pieces. It would be a very interesting theme, to be honest.
I wouldn't want a Disney DLC because Disney would kind of long.
Very versatile wooden pieces, modern wooden pieces, a lot of poles and metal ropes and ropes.
Because Disney would be the kind of people to want multiple DLCs out of it.
Up. And also, you still
So
have
Disney would be like,
to put even a
here's
ride in, because we are very rare
a Toy Story pack, here's a Mickey Mouse pack,
coasters, or let's see, at least the cars for it.
here's a Monsters Inc. pack, here's a Cars pack. But they wouldn't just merge them into one big giant Disney DLC. It would be like 10 different DLCs with different Disney franchises.
Things would be absolutely amazing to be seen in the game. I would love a DLC like that.
And Disney would shed you for every penny you own.
Three options I would absolutely prefer at this point in time.
So I don't want this in the Disney DLC.
Just yet, so you gotta wait for
Because Disney would shred you of money.
Make sure, I would love to see a kids-focused, family-focused, as I would call it, DLC, because you could still then also implement, and that would be a big wish of mine, also for the free update. It's like a very good signal, I should say, for this kind of time we're living in, having strollers and wheelchairs and stuff like that, to also give disabled people maybe a bit more of you know, space to be represented in the game. I would really love to see that. That would be an absolutely insane DLC / free update, I think, which would also open up a lot of people to come back to the game, maybe to reach a wider audience. That would be something I would love to see in the game, and I think it would be really cool. But that said, let's move on to the third one on the list. Alright, the last one is a bit of a tricky one. I'm gonna call it the Park Manager update, or the Park Manager DLC. Well, what do I mean by that? And honestly, it's a bit of a wishful thinking here and trying to tie a certain
Park
things
Manager
together,
DLC?
but
I want it.
this may be the biggest aspect of criticism that people out there have. The management of this game is maybe not shining as much as it could be. So a park manager DLC or update could really focus on the nitty bits of management, at the same time add some absolutely highly requested things to the game. Let's start again with a free update. What would be the options that we have? Well, first things first, we have a huge overhaul of the management, meaning you get a huge overhaul on how the staff scheduling works, of how the staff zones work, like all these things. I think, you know, the criticism is fairly clear what they have to change. They had a working system, or almost working system, in Planet Zoo, which you can revert to, but there's also a lot of need to streamline certain things in the menu, focusing a bit on the UI. So there are a couple of easy fixes, to be honest, which you definitely should not put behind a paywall. I would absolutely love that. There are a couple of things that just have to be fixed. But then there's also another big thing that needs to be done, and this is actually the weather. Implementing real seasons into the game, which we kind of have in the game, but they don't really have an impact. So weather impact, including snow, storms, thunderstorms, these type of things, and also with a huge overhaul of the visual updates. And we've seen with the
I feel like that's
that
just a valid question.
doing
Why doesn't snow do anything? Why don't our rides get white?
current time of the game. That would enable them to bring in a big, massive free update with actually not that much effort. I mean, visually it's a huge effort on the side of the seasons, but not so much on the game. It's just a couple of very obvious fixes in here. And I think one thing I would tie in to prepare for a certain DLC maybe would also be the ability to have delivery management. This is something I would love to see in the game for so long, and it would also be able to solve a lot of issues we have with the management at the moment. As far as I got from my own testing, but also from you guys as a feedback, a big issue is money and availability in the game is just way too easy. As soon as you have a certain cash flow going, you can basically do anything. Now, how could you change that? Well, seasons can have an implementation and an impact by having maybe unpredictable things that would change the way you have to open rides and make them run and so on. That would be very interesting and also dynamic over time. Pair that with a bit of a focus on how to make these changes in terms of your guest behavior a bit better, a bit stronger. Demand for hot drinks in winter seasons is more, kind of demand for pools decreasing heavily. As soon as there's autumn, you can focus on the different biomes more. That would be amazing. Also add certain biomes maybe, but that would be very amazing. But I think there's one more thing, and this delivery management is like really, how do you get all these things, How do you get them to the park? So, having really to order certain things, or at least set up some orders, Sometimes you can get out of stock of certain materials because you can even script in some events, some random events, like, oh, there is like a citrus, or like a, I don't know, citron shortage, and you can't have Gulpy energy anymore, whatever, and you focus unfortunately on Gulpy energy too much, and all your vending machines are not stocked at the moment, you don't make money off of them. Like little things like these, you don't need to make visual things, you can even program it in, and then you maybe have a new kind of facility.
Why do I want that?
Areas that is going to be called the delivery hub or something. Very much like just copy paste that from Parkitect. It's a brilliant way of doing it. You don't even need to have these kind of complicated in-park organizational structures. It would be fun to have like different hubs.
Like, why do I want that feature in Parkitect? Why do I want that?
Having little delivery hubs within your park, and then maybe have park managers go with some little cards there. That would be, that's way too far, but that's just like my perfect idea of it. But yeah, so what would be then a suitable DLC for that? Well, I said seasons, so you can have a lot of style things, DLC things styled to seasons, having a lot more foliage and different kind of foliage, but also to make up for all the problems we would get with seasons, we can have like a whole type of winter update, have different 2 new brands. You can take so many of the brands we have in the Planet universe so far, bring some of these back, to have some hot drinks or so. You can also have obviously some more indoor focused things, like having halls and timberwood and kind of these kind of northern style stuff, like or maybe
I don't know if I want the Christmas DLC, if I want to keep that as
that would be a fantastic set.
what just a plank I want to have a free Christmas update.
In the game.
Just a bunch of content.
You can really easily do that paired with all these updates. So then it might not be a Park Manager DLC, but it's kind of the Park Management or Park Manager update, but the DLC would then be the Alpine DLC, if you will. You technically have the chance to bring in also some very cool rides for this, you know, focus on some of the rides, like the one that is the Expedition Everest ride, for example. You could bring into the game, which technically we have, I guess, but certain things need to be changed. You can have some of the new elements in there, improve the elements, the switch tracks and stuff like that would be amazing. But yeah, that would be something that I would love to see them doing. And then again, as I said, they never bring in mechanics into the game that you have to buy with the DLC. So this DLC, again, you could maybe get different delivery hub styles or maybe delivery trucks or so as a DLC item. That would be fun. Because if you go to the Alpine stuff, you can kind of theme this after a ski resort, and ski resorts also need to have that, like, kind of delivery hubs for stocking up and, you know, having these things. It would also bring us the chance to have the ski lift back into the game, which is a fan favorite, and people love to build a ski lift, so you can just get that in, maybe even as a free returning ride, you know, that would be fun as well. But I do see also a lot of other things coming with this one. And a big
I don't think I've
dream of
used the
mine,
ski
which
lift.
actually is not part of the DLC, but would actually be part of the free update, is clothing of people. Honestly, scrap half of what I said earlier if I can get people having the accurate clothing when they are roaming in your park. I mean, we've got a perfect example in the game, always when we're playing it, you know, it's like -3 degrees. Okay, mate, the game doesn't go to -degrees, but like it's kind of 3 degrees in the winter times, and we are facing people roaming around in bath suits and chilling around without even freezing. And again, we have the freezing mechanic in Planet Zoo, so technically it's already in the game. Not really sure why they didn't implement that here, so maybe they were focused on something like that. But I would absolutely love seeing a seasons kind of focused Park Manager DLC that brings in the opportunity to implement seasons as the big kind of drawing aspect, but then again at the same time it would kind of, you know, pave the way for implementing badly needed management fixes, and also bring in a huge new system for things like the seasons or kind of everything regarding delivery management. And again, even if it's just a kind of integrated scripting and not necessarily anything visual, I think that would be amazing. Just imagine having your souvenir shop not being stocked completely, and certain fan favorites not being in. You need to pay more money for getting this, or you need to choose different delivery manufacturers or companies to have a bit more randomization in there. I think that would be absolutely amazing. But yeah, let's go into a little conclusion of these three different types, and let me also tell you what would be my favorite first. Alright, conclusion time. We are aboard of our little tour here, so that was a little tour through my ideas for DLCs/free updates. Now, I promised you to say what kind of favorite I have of these three, but hold on, we're just not there yet. In a couple of minutes I'm going to tell you, or seconds, depending on how long this conclusion will be. It's not going to be as long. Now, I do think it is now time to open up for a DLC, but I don't think it's time to end the amount of stuff added with the free update. They promised a full year of implementation, so technically we still have a couple of months left. Maybe they took the time for, as I said, summer holidays are a thing. These people need to rest and have the time off, you know. That's totally fine. If we get back into a monthly rhythm now, that is absolutely fine. And all these things I have said, you could also see 3 free updates coming together to one, because I think if they would announce the DLC maybe to come not next month, but maybe the month after, which would kind of make sense in terms of where they are put, but like if they would do that, then there is a huge chance of seeing 3 different updates along this way until the DLC has been released, and then maybe a couple days later the last free update is going to be implemented and bringing in the last kind of things from what is going to be promised. Now, I think we do also need a DLC for them to have a bit of a cash flow. You know, there is obviously, for obvious reasons, Frontier needs to make money, and Frontier needs to kind of get the cash flow in at some point. You know, you can't do free updates for so long as a company like they are, you know. But yeah, as I said, what is the update I would love to have most? Like technically, strategically, you would always place your favorite last, so that people wait for it until you're there, but it's not the last one. Even though this would be my favorite overall, I have a bit of a different priority, I guess, and my priority is people coming back to the game. Like, it's a bit of selfish, you know, because of being a YouTuber, and I want obviously people to recognize a game that I play a lot, so technically that brings in more views and more. But that is not the point. The point is, I love this game, I love the franchise, I love the first game. I don't think they're done yet. And yes, the game is still having a lot of issues, but the baseline is the game is already a lot better. But it's not enough to bring back people. People don't know about how brilliant some of the things got, and people just don't know it because there is one free update. People need the big star of a DLC that brings them back, and they have a big bang effect, you know. And I think from these three things I named, for the moment being, also with the less or little, the most, the least risk, I should say, the least risk of them bottling it, I think it would be the hotel DLC kind of stuff. You know why? There is a little bit of extra info I haven't talked about at the beginning of the video, and that is that Frontier never ruled out anything from the game prior to the release, except one, and that were the hotels. The only question they ever asked about content of the game was about hotels. They specifically said in one of the first streams they had prior to release, there was someone in the chat asking, will it be hotels? And they said, frankly, this game will not feature hotels at launch. We can't recall exactly how they said this, but you wouldn't do that if you want to keep things open to you. So they knew already at launch there won't be hotels. Specifically calling that out means, in my opinion, they had something in mind. Seeing what they have done now to the souvenir shops and the restaurants, I'm very positive that we would get a massively overhauled hotel system compared to what we had in Planet Coaster 1. So I'm very certain they can pull that off, and maybe they have already been working on that for a longer period of time. This is just me being strategic in my thinking that maybe it is the most fleshed out thing from all of the things that we could get as a big DLC. So let them just do that. Let them bring this in with a huge hotel DLC alongside it. And honestly, I think also from theming perspective, pieces, rides, midway games as a huge new element for the game, it just is the biggest opportunity to draw back people in because of the news value of a DLC that this could have. But anyways, I talked massively about that already in my hotel DLC focus video. Again, little note, I linked this somewhere. Maybe it's also in the description if I'm not too stupid. So yeah, have a look at that if you want to. Thank you so much for watching as always. I hope you enjoyed that little video. I'm very sorry that I couldn't have too much weird footage for you highlighting what I was talking about. Been a bit of short of time at the moment, so I wanted to get this out before the next unlock, because whoever knows what we will get to see there. And as I'm recording that a couple days earlier, I don't have an early access mail or anything. It's going to be very exciting to see if I hit something. If not, that would be very sad. But yeah, I'm very excited. Or maybe we don't even get any news for Planet Coaster this month and they wait another month longer. Who knows? Just letting you know at this point that I have no news and no idea, because otherwise I wouldn't have made this video. That would be too biased, and maybe I would have said something I shouldn't, so I'm too scared of doing that. You can really believe me. Anyways, thank you so much, and up until the next update video, have a good one. See you there. Bye.
This is my brother Kern, and he is...
Okay. So what does everything about DLC covered? I don't.
A brand new mode and basically DLC confirmation in today's Frontier Unlocked. And if you haven't watched that one, be happy. You did not really miss out that much. But I'm here to give you a quick update on what has happened. So, to be very honest with you, there has only been a 2-minute 30 clip of Rich telling us that challenge mode is coming to Planet Coaster in the next update. Which is great, because many people have been asking for that. Remember, I've been doing the little management challenge lately. If you have seen that one, well, nice. If not, I'm going to link it to the top right or so right now. So I tested what is going well and what not so well in the game. I would have loved to do that in challenge mode. I did do that in franchise mode or like whatever, just to try out certain things. But it would have been cool to have the classic challenge mode, which is in. You can see a couple of, you know, as they're revealing a game, and very good for transparent communication towards fans, towards creators, and creators towards their communities alike. That's been a very good vehicle to keep you guys updated and kind of expect something to keep people in the loop. And now we are kind of back in a kind of normal void of information. But yeah, at least we know there's going to be a challenge mode. They're actively working on the game, and hopefully next month, after next month, we are back in a kind of normal, you know, rhythm again. I'm assuming that the next unlock will be insanely packed because Gamescom has been a week prior, and even though I have no info whatsoever if Frontier will be at Gamescom or if they were going to be showing something in the context of Gamescom, I would assume that they will show something of Jurassic World Evolution 3. I mean, it's still the biggest kind of gaming event, local gaming event in Europe, or at least in the world, as E3 is not existing anymore and that kind of thing. So yeah, anyways, that's it. I don't want to stretch that even more longer. That's all the news I can give you for today. Thank you so much for watching, as always.
You just thinking updates coming, I don't know. Click. Gamescom, yeah, when else coming? Who went with that? What? What, the Swedish Eurovision entry? Yeah. Why? It's a fine. Is it though? Also, I got a Netflix notification since I can watch SummerSlam 38 live all weekend. I mean, it was very good. I did like it. Also,
Thank you so much! Thank you!
why just dance? Why just dance? Fine.
Got grip, my team ain't taking
Where's it coming to?
No. Oh no. It's totally crazy.
Did it... Did it actually say? I mean, yeah, it's coming to Switch too. He didn't say. I feel like you'd have to go to the official JD channel to get an actual thing sorted, unless it's just not. Unless it's just not. Unless it just comes to Switch 2. That'd be funny. I mean, it's not going to, but that'd be kind of funny. The American one may be different. Why would the American one be any different? The Americans did put up the Pac-Man trailer, which we did not. No, it's exactly the same thing, it just shows the Nintendo Switch logo. It says it's launched for Nintendo Switch. I feel like you'd have to go look up Ubisoft officially. Please do. Why? I don't care. Why? I don't care. I don't care. But you know what? Just for you. Because you want to know where it's coming to, so just for you. All of this is just for you, girl. Because you're clearly bugging me for this. I don't know why. Game availability. Nintendo Switch, Nintendo Switch 2, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5. There you go. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be a Switch 2 version. It's going to say one I don't know. No idea. I do not know. But, yeah, for you it exists. Anyway, I shall be back tomorrow with something. Also, you won't have his background either. You know, the whole sort of... I'll be back with something tomorrow. I don't know what, but it'll be something. But for now, ta-ra, people. Ta-ra. See you 1 PM tomorrow for something.
The screens, I see your fearless face. Building dream worlds, oh, we're lost in this place. Planet coaster highs and the thrill of the ride. Fortnite battles, you're our champion, our pride. Late nights in your stream, laughter in the air. We're living for moments nothing else can compare. Every virtual fall, you rise above it all. Just a gamer with a heart answering the call. Oh, us, here we are, it's game over. But in our hearts, your legacy's a four-leaf clover. You took us on adventures, never felt alone. Now it's time to log off, but you'll always be our home. And simulators we adore. You kept us entertained forever, wanting more. Every laugh, every win, we're never letting go. Memories like pixels shining in a glow. From the first upload to the final play, you made the world brighter, took our pain away. When the screen fades dark and the credits roll, your spirit's in every heart and we'll never lose control. Scrolling through our memories, we're playing all the fields. But the endings always break me, it's a cinematic reel. Thought I'd find my happy ending in this endless game. But without your love, it's just a glitch in the frame. Oh, us, here we are, it's game over. But in our hearts, your legacy's a four-leaf clover. You took us on adventures, never felt alone. Now it's time to log off, but you'll always be our home. Now it's time to log off, but you'll always be our home. So here's to you, I'll still will carry on your way. In every game we play, you'll be here to stay. Game over for now, but we're never really done. You've given us a story, and our hearts are still just one. So here's to you, I still will carry on your way. In every game we play, you'll be here to stay. Game over.